Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Belle again. So today, we're going to talk about Trump and the Declaration of Independence. Okay, so if you missed it, which seems unlikely, the House moved forward with the Senate's version of Trump's agenda. We're going to have to talk about that for the next 3 years. So this morning, we're taking a break and we're going to talk about something I find interesting. Yesterday on the second channel, I went over the complaints about the king listed in the Declaration of Independence. If you don't know, the Declaration is divided into 3 sections: the preamble, the complaints, and the closing. Most Americans really only recognize the preamble, but the complaints is where the meat is. So we went over them. Here are some of the comments, messages, and emails. And there's a really big point here. Would you shut the F up? Comparing Trump to the king is ridiculous and pathetic. Next. Trump's tariffs are not, all caps, cutting us off from trade. And you think you're funny. Doge is not comparable to the king's officers. There's more. Trump calling out the National Guard is not like the king putting troops on our streets. And the country was empty then. They needed immigration. We don't. Comparing Trump to the king's policies is dumb. Also, did you just compare Jan 6ers to Indians? Oh, and my favorite. Lady, Trump is not interfering with the judiciary the same way the king did. Anybody who would make a comparison like that should be laughed off the internet. Not interfering in the same way? Wow, that's quite the unintentional admission there. And anybody who would make that comparison should be laughed off the internet. Okay, so when are you leaving? Fun fact, the words Trump, tariff, National Guard, Jan 6ers, Doge, and so on do not exist in that video. I simply read the complaints and summarized them. The only modernization I did was one that we didn't even get a single message about. It was when the colonists complained about the way the king protected his troops from prosecution, and I compared it to qualified immunity today. If you heard the complaints the founders had about a bad ruler and thought of Trump, that's on you. I said nothing of the sort. And I was very careful to say nothing like that, because what's happened here is a long-running gag. For years, outlets like NPR have read the Declaration almost every 4th of July, and then would get attacked for blasting the conservative position for simply reading one of the founding documents. Because this happens every year, everybody on the team took a guess as to how many complaints we would get. This part of the script was already laid out before the video ever went out. By the way, that's what multidimensional chess looks like. If you're a Trump supporter, heard that video, and thought, hey, she's talking about Trump, well, that's on you. His name is nowhere in the video. I'll put the link down below. You've heard it. You can't unhear it. Enjoy playing it at barbecues today. There will also be a link to the full declaration below as well. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.